Welcome to the Hair and Beauty presentation. My name is Lucy Privet and I'm acting on behalf of the Hair and Beauty department. So alongside myself as a beauty lecturer, we've also got Zara, who is representing the hairdressing department. So at any time as we go through this presentation, if there are any questions, please just pop them in the chat and I'll answer them as we go, or turn your mics on and just over talk the presentation. So I'm going to go through these slides and just to discuss a few different things as to why you should choose your Langley College as your college of choice. There is hands-on active learning. We have a lot of industry recognised qualifications that will get you straight into work, apprenticeships, whatever it might be, whichever route you might be taking, we can accommodate that for you. We've got state-of-the-art facilities. Our facilities are brand spanking new. They are kept exceptionally immaculate. We have technicians that are in maintaining the salons, as do the staff and as do the students. We have exceptional teaching from industry experts, so a lot of our staff actually work in the industry as it stands alongside their lecturing, so that's really nice to have that up to date and that that knowledge that is relevant and is fresh. We have extensive links with local employers as well through our work experience coordinator, Libby Fraser. She is able to liaise with these different beauty salons, hairdressing salons, and get you into the work experience that you you do need the work experience to ensure that your experience within the hair and beauty is to the standard that it needs to be. A lot of the time this can actually move on to employment, so paid employment. You might do a level 2 with us, for example with beauty therapy, and then move on to your level 3, but you can work part-time as a level 2 qualified therapist off the back of that work experience, which is really great that we can offer that for you. Tailored student support, so we have a learning support system here. Everyone goes through that process to make sure that if there's anyone who has got any EHCPs or any additional support that is needed, we can put that in place really early on. From about 6 weeks, these assessments are all completed and everything is then embedded alongside the course content so that the lecturers are aware and everyone is aware of those personalised needs. Active student union and student opportunities. So we've got a big student union here, which are our student voice. So they're able to put forward things that need to be improved, things that they would like to see, and just trying to create a real nice hub of things going on. So a hub of different clubs, or it might be that they are involved in extracurricular activities. So we've got that option as well. As we just go through the slides, we're going to talk a little bit about your learning environment. So we have an industry standard salon, which is on site. So you are going to be always working in this salon, be it the hairdressing salons or the beauty rooms. So they are simulating a work environment. It's to get you ready to go into industry. So we're getting you used to that constantly. You're never in a classroom, you're always in a salon of some sort. We partner with different brands. So for hairdressing, we've got Wella that we work with the beauty departments. We work with Carlton and we work with Eve Taylor. So there are some different brands that we use. We have enrichment as well for both hair and beauty. We have guest speakers coming in. So there's quite a lot that goes on and goes into the not just the course content. There's some extra bits that go into it as well. So if there's anything that you feel that there's a group of collective learners that say, oh, this is a new and upcoming skill, we'd really love to learn how to do it. If we have enough numbers, we can research for you, put that course together. You can and the facilities that we have on site are then used. So it's a really great opportunity to voice up what you want, and we can embed that into the course for you. We run competitions, really successful competitions that are a great way to show off what you've learned throughout the year. There's some imagery on the next couple of slides that I can show you, and we have some really great industry links, as we've spoken about, from the work experience to our own personal relationships that we have with different salons outside of the college. So just going back to the different facilities that we can offer you within the college, we have some really, really lovely salons. So for me, I'm a beauty lecturer, so you can see on the screen that we've got one of my learners at the moment, one of my level 3s, providing a facial treatment there on the bed. And on the right hand side, you can see that you've got the entrance to the salon reception, and then you've got a bit of a snapshot as to what the salons look like. So this is where you would be working every single day that you're in college. There's no kind of like sitting at a desk and being taught as if you were in year 11 again, or wherever it may be that you've come from. We do have these rooms if they're needed, but we don't tend to focus on that. We really want you in that work environment to make you ready for going into industry. We are preparing you for industry. It's really, really important that you are hands-on, practical learners, vocational learners. We need you in the salon, really having that hands-on experience. So a few different colleges, different courses that we offer through the hair and beauty route. So we go all the way through from level 1, which is an introduction to hair and beauty. That's a range of really having a try at both of them. This would be maybe aimed at the 16-year-old learners. Sometimes we have learners that may have not been at school for whatever reason. They may want to be building their confidence. As a really, really great place to start, especially as when you're on these programs, if you don't have maths and English GCSEs of 4 and above, you do need to be concentrating on those alongside your studies. So level 1's quite a great way to concentrate on your maths and English, with getting a bit of a taster for the hair and beauty, and then thinking, oh, which one do I want to do next year? Do I want to go down a beauty route, or do I want to go through to a hairdressing route? We offer level 2 in barbering, so we've got quite a large barbering provision as well. We offer that on a part-time basis. We offer that in the daytime and in the evening, and I'll expand about the times as we go further through. We've got the level 2 diploma in hairdressing, and we also offer a level 3 diploma in hairdressing as well. So you've got those 2 different levels that can be offered as a full-time course or as a part-time day or a part-time evening. So there's loads of flexibility, especially for those of you that might not feel like, you know, you can go back to college because it's just for someone who's 16 or 18. It's not. We have a lot of people returning to education, especially since we've had the lockdown. We have found that many people have really reassessed what they want from life. They've looked back and maybe they've gained a level 2 when they were maybe 18. They might be in their early 20s now. We welcome you back. You're never too young to learn. So it's really important that if you're looking at this maybe for someone that you're looking after, a daughter, a son, a cousin, whoever you're looking at it for, if you're thinking, oh, do you know what, actually I really fancy coming back into education, come back in, come and have a look at the facilities when we can and when we're open. You know, we have mature classes that you can slot into with like-minded individuals. We do a massive range of apprenticeships within the hairdressing, really, really successful department that we have that is run by Jo Cherrington. She's in, she has great industry links. She works all around the local area, and those apprenticeships are to a really, really high standard. They're always extremely busy as well, and we are inundated with new learners every term, so they're taken on every term. We've got the part-time programs, as I spoke to you about, with the hairdressing and the beauty therapy, and there's a couple of different options. So we have got 9:30 till 2:30. So that is great if you might be looking after a young child, you need to be at home. So after you've done the school run, you can come into college and then you can leave just before you need to pick up any little ones that you may look after. That's 2 days a week. And we also have an evening option for both hair and beauty, level 2 and level 3, which is 5:30 in the evening until 9:30, 2 days a week. So there's some really great options there. And if you are concerned as to whether, you know, maybe the evening might be better or the daytime, you know, put your name down for your interviews. Myself, I will call you, we can discuss it, or somebody from the hairdressing department, and we can just, you know, thrash out these ideas and make sure it works for you, because, you know, you'll gain your qualification within the year, and it's just a little bit more intense. So we expect a little bit more from you because we have a shorter amount of time, and it does mean that you achieve so much within that year. You know, gaining a level 2 qualification within a year is great because you can go straight out and start earning money, and that's really what we focus on, going out and being a professional that can earn a decent amount of money from one year's worth of your life of training. So for full-time learners, which is 16 to 19, there is a combined study programme. So we do need all 5 elements to be adhered to. So you've got your main qualification, which could be your beauty therapy level 2, your barbering level 2, whichever one it might be. You have to take on these 5 elements if you are 16 to 19. So if you don't have your 4 and above, in English, you're going to have to be studying towards a functional skills level 1, a functional skills level 2, or the GCSE. We want you all to leave with your GCSE. So by the time you finish with your vocational qualification, we're hoping that you leave with your maths and English qualification as well. So same applies for maths. Some of you may come into the college at GCSE having worked hard enough to have completed both maths and English at 4 or above. If you've maybe gained one and not the other, you'll be put on the subject that you need to study and work up to a 4. You've got something called core studies, which is like a tutor role that will be played out by one of the tutor team. Really great pastoral care. If there's anything that they can do to support you that you might not want to talk to your subject lecturers about, you've actually got somebody else there as a buffer, you know, someone that you can go to, somebody else that you can talk in confidence with about certain issues that you may not want to disclose in the class. We've got your work experience as well, and in your employability skills. So the WEX team, the work experience team, our team lead is a lady called Libby Fraser. She works within the hair and beauty industries and has some really, really great links there. And you will be placed normally somewhere that's local to where you live to make sure that on that day you are doing your work experience, it's nice and easy for you to get to. There's no kind of heavy travelling or big expense on trains or buses. And if there's somewhere that you really fancy going to and you've walked past, you know, for years and years, and you think, oh, I'd love to work in there, tell Libby, and then she can give them a call, pop in, do a bit of a risk assessment and say, do you fancy taking on one of our learners from the beauty or the hairdressing course? So that's also a great way to get into somewhere, you know, get your foot in the door, and Libby can do that for you rather than you worrying about, you know, I don't know if I'm going to say the right things, you know, how do I know how to communicate with them? Libby will do all of that hard work for you, and you just go in 1 day a week for about 6 to 10 weeks and complete that. So what do your employers want? Well, this is what we're trying to instill with you from the off. So we will teach you to have some really great communication skills. For some of you, you may be not the most confident, but that will slowly grow as you become really confident in your course content. Confidence in ability. So we have a simulated salon environment for you to work in every single day that you're in college. And we also do something called commercial salons. So this commercial salon means that we have the general public coming in from outside, and you complete some treatments on them. Once you're competent and you feel, yeah, I'm ready, we simulate that work environment. So when you go out into industry, it's not a shock. So you may have clients that might be a little bit more challenging, that may have different needs, especially when you've been working on the same age range or the same mindset in the salon. It's really great to try different clients to see how they react to certain things. It's also a great opportunity to show off what you've learned to, you know, parents, guardians, friends. You know, they can come in, they can pay for their treatments, and you can provide them with something that you might have been talking about for the whole year. You know, we've been doing manicures or pedicures or hair up or whatever it might be. You can then show it off. And that's always quite nice to do. There's not many colleges that you can do that with if you're studying academically. So in a vocational, you're able to really show off what you're doing. Organisational skills, we will teach you how to organise. You have salon reception duties to complete. You know, you have to take charge of your learning as well. It's different to school. You know, we are your lecturers, but, you know, you have to want to come into the classroom. You have to have that within you. You know, I want to learn, I'm going to be here. If the course when you start isn't for you, you need to discuss it with us. You know, we've got some time to say, okay, maybe this is what you thought you wanted to do, but in actual fact you fancy doing something else. Always communicate with your tutors and your lecturers, and we will try and best place you around the college, or possibly in an apprenticeship or something that better suits you and your lifestyle. Strong work ethic is massive for us, it's massive for employees, so we expect everyone to be on time, be ready to learn, and yeah, just be ready to learn. That's the main thing. You know, it's great learning something new. You're not doing something that you've done from the age of 5, as when you've been in schooling, all the way up to 16. This is brand new for a lot of you. Being friendly and approachable, so we will talk to you about your communication skills, about how to greet, and also just to show off the best sides of your personality. As therapists, hairdressers and beauty therapists, you know, we sell ourselves. That's what we have to do. So smiling, being polite is one of the key things that the employers will look for, and we will try and work with you if you struggle with that, or if you've already got that, we will just really try and elevate that for you. This case study is one of my current level 3s. She was on level 2 last year. This is Olivia. She studied with us last year. So this is just a little bit of a quote from her about how she found the course on the level 2. So just to reiterate what's been said on here, the hair and beauty training facilities at Langley are really good and well equipped. It's the ideal place to study beauty. I like the way the course is set out and enjoy being able to focus on a subject I want to study. It's very easy to make new friends at Langley. The teachers are experienced and knowledgeable. So it's really nice to hear firsthand what the students think, because ultimately I can sit here and tell you this is what the college is like and this is what the course is like, but I'm leading it, I'm not actually participating. So when you do start on your hair or beauty journey, you will be in and amongst new friends. There may be some old faces that you've come up from secondary school possibly, or people that you might know from your local area if you're doing a part-time course, but it's all so new that you don't ever feel like the year will be gone so quickly. And you can see here as well that Liv has got a beauty tunic on, so this is just a bit of an insight as to the expectation for you uniform wise. So she's got a tunic top on, she's got her fob watch on, and she's got tunic trousers that you can't see underneath. So you are expected to wear uniform. That's for hair and beauty. They do differ slightly, but we can expand on that in the next couple of slides. So as stated before, we spoke about the support that is available. So there's loads of different things ranging from academic support all the way through to financial support. So we have a student team downstairs in the learning centre that are able to support you with wellbeing, the pastoral side, the monetary side. So as you can see listed on here, the learning support, the financial support, careers advice, and also some different workshops, maybe CV building or confidence building. We have those down there, and they are there for you to use as and when you feel you need to. So if you ever need any support with things like the finances, we always say get everything in place before, you know, as soon as you enroll. We can point you in the right direction, but if you are entitled to support financially, get that early doors, because it does mean then that you can possibly get funding for your uniform, for your kit, and for your travel. So if you're uncertain as to whether you can apply for it, just go downstairs and you can speak to the guys down at Learning Support. They'll be able to point you in the right direction, give you the forms, tell you where you need to go online, whichever option it might be. So college life in general, there's a few other things that we have on offer here at Langley College. We do have an on-site college gym that you're able to use after the hours of, I think it's around about 4:30, 5, but that will need to be confirmed. That's at a heavily discounted rate. We have freshers fairs, so we have different things that are ongoing down in our street, which is our open area. We've got hair and beauty awards, theme nights, functions, sport activities, student unions. We have loads and loads that go on within the college, so you can get as involved as you want to, or not involved at all, depends on what you really want out of this as an experience. So our expectations are always really high. So we expect 100% attendance, because you may be getting something delivered on one lesson that may not be delivered again. So it's really important that you are here, you are present. Even if you're in the classroom, you need to be present emotionally as well. So you need to be there ready to learn. Dress code, so we've spoken about full uniform and full kit. Behaviour in and out of the classroom, you are a representation of the hair and beauty department. So when you're out and about, your behaviour has to be in the same remit as it would be if you were in the college, in the actual classroom. So please just be mindful of that. Respecting the college environment, so you need to be wearing your lanyards, and also now with the current restrictions, the face masks. Whether that will be in place in September, that will all be covered then. And just developing your employability skills, that's the main thing. We want you to go from here as a learning provider out into the industry ready. You may have may need some tweaking on some certain things that you might not be as confident in, but we want you to go out and be able to get a job and say, yes, I trained at Langley College and I'm proud of where I came from. That's one of the biggest things that we want you to have, really. We want you to have a really good experience. If there's ever any issues as you go through the course, you just need to communicate. Communication is the biggest way of getting what you want or getting something amended. So you need to make sure that you are always communicating with your lecturers and your student and your fellow peers in the classroom. So they are the slides to go through. It's a bit of a kind of overall view of what we can offer, and I just wanted to see if there were any kind of questions that anyone wanted to ask.
Yeah, thank you, Lucy. A couple of questions, actually. I know you touched on kit throughout your presentation, but for beauty and hair, what kit is needed, and do students have to buy that before they start?
Yeah, so when the students have successfully gained a place on the hair or the beauty or the barbering, whichever course it might be, we then give you a kit list. So the kit list will have everything that you need to be able to complete all of the different units that we actually cover within the hair and beauty or barbering courses. So the kit list is made up, it's got a course, it's got a code with it that's typed into, for example, like Capital Supplies or Ellison's. It depends which supplier we use, and then it is paid that way. Same with the uniform. We get our uniform currently from a company called Labibi. You'll be given all of the information once you've enrolled, and we do like you to have that uniform and that kit ordered within the first 6 weeks. So as mentioned before, when we're talking about any funding or any bursaries or any kind of financial support, it's really, really important that everyone gets those forms in really early to make sure that even if there is a small pot of funding that they're entitled to, they get that. So yeah, we expect everyone to have it within the first 6 weeks or have ordered it at least.
Great, thank you. And you mentioned enrolment just then. Obviously, there's a process before enrolment, which includes application and an interview. Can you just talk about a bit more about the interview process and what you guys are looking for?
Yeah, so oh, sorry, Claire.
No, I finished.
So during the interview process, so if people are interested in applying for, you might think, oh, I'm not sure if I want to do hair, if I want to do beauty, if I want to do barbering, apply for them all. So apply for them all, and then you get the opportunity to have your interviews with your one-on-one specialist. So if you were interested in beauty, it might be myself that you might speak to. If you were interested in hair, it could be one of the hairdressing lecturers, and they can really give you a good insight through that interview over the phone as to any personal questions that you might have, some worries that you might have, what's the course content, what do I come out with, what's the qualification, how many units do I cover, this is what I'm interested in, do you cover this? So during that, we will talk to you about what we would like from you. It might be that we want you to have a handful of GCSEs at a certain grade or above, any relevant work experience. So during that interview process, depending on the outcome, it could be a conditional offer. So, sorry, I'm going to sneeze. Sorry. So it might be that you get a conditional offer, depending on what you come out with your GCSEs and possibly a reference letter. And then once you've got your GCSEs, I'm not sure how the process is going to work for this coming August, but it might be, if we're allowed to, we can invite you in for a certain time, get you enrolled onto the course, and then give you all of the course information. So the interviews are done over the phone at the moment once that application has come through to the Hair and Beauty department.
Great, thank you. And someone's just asked, do you have any makeup courses?
No.
Embedded?
Yeah, so we used to offer a makeup unit within the beauty, but we don't currently offer a media makeup or a makeup kind of route. So for the level 2 beauty, that is kind of the range of manicures, pedicures, facials. We don't offer it alongside the hairdressing either. It is something that we have discussed. And it's something that we have looked into, but at the moment, as it stands, we don't offer a media makeup provision at the moment, no.
Okay, great, thank you. And what are the normal class sizes?
So class sizes normally are between 16 to 18. So it depends on the applications as to how many class sizes we have for the year. So we may have 2 level 2 groups, we may have 3, we may have 2 level 3 groups. It just depends on the interest really, but normally between 16 to 18.
Great. And do students have to do a level 2 before they progress then on to a level 3, or does it depend on the GCSE results?
Yeah, no, with these vocational subjects, you do have to have completed the level 2 before you go on to the level 3. So when we are talking about hair and beauty, we often say look at it as a 2-year course, because you can go and work in industry with a level 2, especially with hairdressing. Your hairdressing level 3 is more advanced. So you may do your colour corrections, you may do, I'm just looking at my hairdresser over here. Is this right, Zara? Colour corrections, so
colour corrections, stripping, perming, cuts, blow dries, treatments.
So it's slightly different to your beauty. So with your beauty qualification, you have to have your level 2 before you go on to your level 3. You can go and work in the industry at level 2, but you will hit that barrier where you can't do massages, you can't do face and body electricals, you can't do microdermabrasion. And level 4, which is your aesthetics, is really, really popular now, and you can't do that unless you've got your level 3. So we say, if you're looking at a hair and beauty course, look at it as a 2-year course, because then you will leave fully qualified, and you won't ever have to come back into education to complete it. So yeah, you have to have your level 2 before you go on to your level 3 always.
Okay, thanks. And there was one more. Yeah, how does the college day work? Like unlike school where you've got to be there between 8:39 and finish at 4. If lessons say don't start until 11, do they have to be on site?
They have to be on site just for when the lesson starts. So we often say, for courtesy, make sure you're there 10 minutes before, similar to if you were going to work, really. You'd make sure you were there on time, and ready for work, really, ready to learn. At the moment, we are running a 2-day a week. Obviously, the college day started off a lot differently when we started in September. The students were here over 4 days. They weren't sort of 8:30 till 5. But at the moment now, we have learners starting at 9:30 and finishing at about 4:10, and there's a few breaks in between, staggered breaks. So as it stands at the moment, we run most of the full-time courses 2 long days a week.
Someone's just asked, what's the closing date for applications?
The closing date for applications, well, we are always happy to take applications. We always say, if you're not sure on what you want to do, apply, because it doesn't mean that you are bound to us. It just means that we have got you logged on somewhere to say that, oh, okay, so-and-so is interested. You might say, actually, I've decided not to do this. I've decided to go and do, I don't know, a sport course, or I've decided to do something else. But I would always apply up until September. Always apply, because you are allowed to make start a course and think, this isn't for me. You know, it's really, really important just to always apply. So if you're thinking, I want to change 2 weeks into a course that you may have started this coming September, you know, apply, and then, you know, we could get you in the week after, as long as you've not missed too much. But I mean, generally, to be organised, get yourself here before you get your GCSE results for those that are 16 to 19. We tend to start the full-time courses the same week as the schools tend to go back in the local area, and the part-time provision normally starts the week after. So for example, if the schools are back the first week of September, the second week is when we'll start our part-time evening and part-time day. So yeah, we just always encourage everybody to apply at any time.
Great. I've just put out on the chat box if there's any last questions. So I'll just wait a minute.
Okay.
Whilst we do that, just probably a last question for me. So when results are released in the summer, if students don't get the grades, say for the course that they wanted to study, say level 2, there are options, aren't they? Obviously.
Yes.
Yeah.
There's always options. So regardless of the outcome, always come in, call us. If I mean, I don't know how the process is going to work this summer because we are, you know, still under certain restrictions, but I would always encourage everybody to come in, because you might not have achieved where you wanted to achieve, but that doesn't mean that you can't slot into the college somewhere. It might not be the ideal, it might not be where you wanted to go, but we do have other routes, and sometimes it's difficult to know where you're going when that kind of vision of where you were hoping to go is kind of a bit of a locked door. So it's really important to come in, have a chat with us. You know, we'll get a vibe from you when we talk to you as well, because, you know, some people do really, really well with the exams and some people don't. You know, it's pressures. So we understand that these are very uncertain times. So always come in and talk to us. Let us know, you know, what you were predicted and what the outcome was. Bring the paperwork with you, and we will try and accommodate you somewhere.
Great. Yeah, we've had another question. Do students wear uniforms at all times?
At the moment, we are asking students to wear them when they come into college, because it just saves them changing. So we don't mind too much. The uniform is coloured, so we know where you are. When you go into a classroom, we can see we've got level 2 learners or level 3 learners, and the level 3 tends to be like a plum colour, whereas the level 2 is like a grey colour. And I know that's not really very popular. So a lot of the students that we have for beauty, I know, wear leggings, and then they kind of roll their tunic up and put their jackets on, so you can't actually see that they've got it on. So, you know, you don't have to wear it at all times at the moment, but it does save on the washing, if, you know, being honest. But that will be something that will be discussed through the departments. But no, you don't have to be in it all day. You know, we're not going to take your human rights away by making you wear it all day. So you can come in something different and change before you come into the classroom, but it just depends on the individual, if you can be bothered to, essentially.
Great, thank you. I think that's it, because there's no more questions that have come through. I've just posted a link to our website with some of the upcoming events as well, the subject of information events, as well as the next Langley Open Day, which is on the 6th of May.
Okay.
Unless there's anything else that you guys want to add, I'll sign off.
I don't think so. Zara, anything you want to add? No. Okay.
No,
Yeah,
thank
no,
you.
that's it. Thank you.
Thank you for joining us. Thank you.
Thanks.